Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura stock.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start.
He's trying to get across.
Hello and welcome to Burning Questions. And while we are back with an episode today, it is with heavy hearts given the terrible passing of the legendary Greg Sugars. Greg was a great supporter of the show, joining his mate Jason Bonington here on many occasions right back at the start in 2021 and often making himself available during a busy work and life schedule. He'd give some wonderful insights and was always happy to have a laugh and a bit of fun, showing racing fans a glimpse of the man so many loved and adored. So it's really nice to have some of his great mates here joining me today in James Herbertson, Glen Craven and Andy Gath. Thanks for jumping on, boys. Herb, I'll say hello to you first. As I said, really appreciate you making some time for us here on the show. And most importantly, how are you holding up?
Yeah, we're getting there, mate. It's not easy, but, each day is getting a bit better. And, Jess is holding together pretty well too under the circumstances. So, we're getting there slowly.
Yeah. I'll go to you, Glenn. Thanks for jumping on, mate. How are you holding up? Of course, you had that emotional win last Saturday night wearing Greg's colours. I'm sure, that would have been a special moment for you.
Yeah, thanks, Toc. It was an honour to be able to wear his colours and to win for Greg. He's a big loss to the industry and a big loss to so many people. He's just wasn't just big in the industry, but what he did behind the scenes and how many friends and that he had. He'll be sorely missed, and hopefully we can keep honour him in the future.
Yeah, well said. Andy, hello to you. And I was looking back through the archives of Burning Questions right back to 2021 when I think Greg's probably been on it maybe second to you. You've probably been the elder statesman of the show, but Greg was always really giving with his time. And, I think he liked the platform. He could be a bit loose and he gave some great insights. So you shared a lot of fun on this show with him.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And as everyone in harness racing has been affected, not only in Australia, but overseas as well. At some point, he's sort of left an imprint on anyone that's come across him. And yeah, as an industry, we're all leaning on each other to get through this. And each day gets a little bit easier, but, he'll never be forgotten and he'll be in everyone's memory until the day we go.
Yeah, well said, boys. Let's start the show and we'll look at racing at Melton first of all. Then we'll head across to Menangle on Saturday night as well for at least one of the big 4 Group 1s on the card. APG's National Mix Sale is back again and coming to you twice in 2025 with the online auctions taking place in May, August and featuring weanlings, yearlings, stallions and broodmares. These 2 sales really do have a horse for everyone. Find all the details at apgold.com.au. We're looking at Melton here. The second race has got chances galore, but which runner is most likely to score? As I said, race 2 is the Novelliar Stud Pace at 5:57 p.m. Who should we start with here? Glenn, you're not driving in the race, but wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on Jillaby Illuminate from the camp. Before we started the show, I think you referenced that a couple of your horses, maybe haven't gone as good as the team thought first up. And I think you might have been talking about Jillaby Illuminate. I think I heard Paddy on the radio declaring this one first up and could only manage 4th. So a good win last time, but, what are your thoughts on Jillaby Illuminate ahead of race 2 on Saturday night?
Toc. You're right. She probably just wasn't quite as sharp as expected first up. Fitness sort of gave out a little bit up the straight when she'd had a good trail into it, but she bounced back really good at Terang last start and showed what she's all about. So hopefully if there is a bit of speed on up front and that and she can get a half decent trail into it. She's got an electric sprint and she's a high quality mare and I think she should be right in the race, but she's probably, if it'll all come down to the tempo early and how easy Golden Tribe probably gets it coming out of the gate. If he can get across really easy, it might be a different story, but if something can put a bit of pressure on him, well then that'll bring Illuminate right into it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. We'll go to you, Herb. You were down to drive the Dean Braun trained What Should Happen, who's the first emergency. Hasn't got a run at the moment. What did you make of this race? I haven't got a market in front of me, but I'm tipping it'll be, kind of 350 the field, I reckon.
Yeah, you'd think so. There's a, a lot of horses here that are going through their classes, working their way up, and they've got a big, big future ahead of them. Really, the likes of Golden Tribe, Quicksand's done a great job. Jillaby Illuminate, of course. Edward Grange is going quite well. Iron Duke's always thereabouts. Rosanna Rebel, Warranty. You can go through all of them, make a case for nearly all of them, really. I know Nova Baxter was a good sit sprinter in Tassie, so it'll appreciate nice trip on the fence there. So yeah, it's really anybody's race, but I'm probably more leaning towards Edward Grange off its run last start. It got back and worked home really well. I think he's getting back near where he should be, and if there's enough mid-race pressure on Golden Tribe and that, I think he could work home quite well over the last couple of hundred. But it's a very open race, that's for sure.
Yeah, good point on Edward Grange. I reckon I was doing the form again today, Herb, and I reckon I might have missed him on the eye catches. I had what was the one you were driving, Glennie? That got home out wide. Royal Division. I had it.
Royal
was marked. But I tell you what, Edward Grange was ripping home from fullback to peaks. So yeah, certainly got a great chance. Andy, we'll go to you here. Safer, second up from a break. Geordie Leadham takes the drive. What did you make of the first up run? It was hard to get excited about, but it probably was somewhere between, I wouldn't say disappointing, but, could have produced a bit better. It was a funny old race, first up, I thought.
Probably could have gone a little bit better. I did race him out of his class. It wasn't anything suitable for him last week and sort of led the run. He's the widest runner from the 400 and really fast closing sectional. So when that happens, you really, sometimes you look a little bit ordinary. You'll benefit greatly from the run. Did qualify for the Queensland Derby and the Vic Derby and the South Australian Derby. So he's a quality horse, but I think he runs his best races on the fence, and I think he's got some chance of finding the pegs early. And if he does, I think he's got a really good each way hope. As again, it's a pretty race that goes pretty deep. Whoever sort of has the luck's probably going to be winning it, but I think he's definitely got a winning hope. Okay, so you think you can get across like a what did you say, and then would you be happy to hand to a Golden Tribe and sit on his back? Well, it just depends how hard he burns. If you sort of got there easy, we'd probably be happy to hold it. But if you had to work pretty hard, we'd probably be looking to hand up. But it'd be all or nothing for us. We'd be pretty keen to find the pegs because he does hang in a little bit and he does struggle when he's off the pegs.
Oh, it's good info. I wasn't sure what the tactics would be. And just back on his ability, what you see at home, you've talked about what he did last campaign, making all those derbies. Does he work like a really good horse, or is the jury out a little bit?
He doesn't work like a good horse, to be honest. He races a lot better than what he works. So, he's a horse that probably, if it gets a little bit hard for him, he probably can put the cue on the rack a little bit early. But there's no doubt in his ability. He can run really fast times, and to qualify for 3 derbies isn't easy. So hopefully, as a 4-year-old, he can sort of go on with the job.
Yeah. Okay. Great race. Good insights. Appreciate that. Let's move on to the second question. Pride's Easy Feed stand as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Last time Aardies boxed on well, so will she and Herbie continue to gel? Race 6 on the card at Melton is the one we're looking at, 8:13 p.m. It's the Hertz Melton Trot. Who should we start with here? Glenn, we'll start with you here. Just wanted to, I'm not asking you to declare anything for us, but if you've got an opinion, these horses. It's an even sort of bunch, but Aardies Peak's got a lot of ability when she puts it all together. Would you take a chance with her if you were advising a punter to have a bet?
It's a hard race, this one. There's a lot of speed off the front row, and then you've got some high quality horses off the back row as well over the short trip. So it's sort of a recipe for an open race. Aardies Peak went really good last start. She had to sit parked outside Susan is the name and boxed on really, really well. So going off that form, she's right in it. But just seeing where he'll end up early be the key. James better give a bit more info there on gate speed, but whether he better hold a position early and not have to work around horses, or if he'll get shuffled back, it'd be the key to the winning chances, I think, especially over the short trip.
If I gave you $100, Glenn, you're not allowed to put it in your pocket. What would you do here? Who'd you have it on?
Yeah, no, I don't really know about this one. It's too open for me.
Field McQuaddy.
I'd nearly put a good few in that race in. So yeah, short trot races are always hard to pick. Yeah, and especially when there's a lot of gate speed off the front row and yeah, like you say, the high class horses off the back. Yeah, it'll all come down to that first couple of hundred, I think.
Okay, Glen Craven's on the fence. Andy, you know plenty about Aardies Peak. You had her for a while. You weren't able to get a win with her, and you know I'm sure you love all your horses, but this might have been one you were just happy to see the back of. I'm sure she caused you a few headaches.
Yeah, no, I don't miss her. I was already grey before she come, but lost more hair while she was there. But no doubting she got plenty of ability. Herbie's really sort of clicked with her. He sort of does a good job getting her around, but as Herbie probably knows, you've got to hold your breath for the whole race. Even when she's trotting really good, the last 100, sometimes she can just go rough and doesn't really give you any warning that she is going to go rough. But yeah, John's got her going really good at the moment, and yeah, she's a winning hope. But if you are backing her, you're backing her to trot the whole way. So you'd want, probably over the odds, and it's probably going to be under the odds a little bit. But yeah, she's going really well, and she can definitely win.
Yeah. Andy, did she work like a really good horse when you had it?
Yeah, she always had really good high speed. But saying that, a lot of times she did gallop in her work too, so she was quite, she'd go on the track and come back and change gear and come back, change gear again. So didn't really sort of get opportunity to work her as you would a normal horse a lot of times.
Yeah. I reckon you best betted her here on Burning Questions once, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did. Shows you the stupidity that I have sometimes.
I was thinking about doing it today, but I thought, no, can't go down that path. Hey, Herb, love your thoughts here. I back to the start. You got a home 3 starts ago. I don't reckon I breathed from the 400. I reckon you were the same. You were holding on to her, squeezing through gaps. It was a great win, though, and I thought her performance last time out for a horse beaten more than 20 metres was really, really good. Like, I couldn't have been more impressed with her, really. I don't think she could have done any more. She looked gone at the corner and fought back to run third in a really good field in pretty good time. The first question is, have you got the secret to her? Can you make her trot?
Oh, well, she has galloped on me before. It's not like I've got some sort of power over her. A couple of times at the trial, she's galloped on me. So it's just luckily enough that the races she's nearly done everything right. Yeah, but look, I really like her. She's got a big motor. She's actually been booked to go on a plane to America. So I think this is nearly her last run, which is a shame. I think we would have had a bit of fun with her, but she lacks probably a bit of tactical gate speed. She can probably hold her own enough. But again, it's just a thing of that fine line of trying to keep her at her gate. So we'd rather probably lose a spot than make her gallop. So there's a lot of gate speed off the front row. I don't think there's much depth there in terms of where she's at and where the back row runners are at with their ability. So I think we'll get an okay trip in behind them there. It's just as long as she can get around that last turn and that when it's time to make a move, it's probably the only thing I'm a bit worried about. But she's definitely got enough ability to be right in this race. Yeah.
I said to Andy before the show, Herb, I was going to make a bold call and say, if Aardies Peak trotted the entire trip fluently, not roughly, if she trotted well the whole way, I don't think she would get beaten. Would you join me in that camp of thought?
Oh, look, if I could drive her like a motor car, there's no way they'd beat her. There's absolutely no way. But you just can't. As you say, you're holding your breath and trying to put your tongue in the right spot to keep her in her gate. But John's having to continually change things as well, and he's got it right more often than not. But whether that's still the right recipe this week, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if I could drive her like a car, you could put your house on her, but you just can't.
Imagine putting your house on Aardies Peak. Whew. I don't know what the missus would say to that if she rolled home. I said, "Hang on, we got to watch this race. The house is on this one." Last one, Herbie, on Aardies Peak for the new driver over in America. I don't think it'll be you. Is there any secret at all? Have you got anything you could say? I'll give you this one tip about getting her to trot.
I I'd say have fun in the warm-up, because whenever I get behind her in the warm-up, she just wants to kick me out of the cart the whole warm-up. So that's about all I can say that's concrete about her. The rest of it, you just got to make it up every time you sit behind her. There's something different every time.
You're heading back, Herb, too, by the way, just on America. You're heading back next week?
Yeah, we'll go back next week and finish the trip off and head to Sweden for the elite lop and then come back and get back. Yeah, just sort of finish what we started, mate. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, good stuff. Safe travels. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. A logical solution for your staffing needs. Yambukian's got his gate, so will he prove too good in the straight? Moving on to the last race at Melton on Saturday night, 10:16 p.m. Yambukian for Andy, Gath and Jordan Leadham get the pole. We will go to you here, Glennie. Chillaby Nitro, your thoughts here. Horse going well. I reckon he's ready to win, but again, he's drawn sticky in a race where some of his key dangers have drawn better. Is there any way he can upset the apple cart for the Gaths or not?
It's going to be make it very hard unless somebody wants to go and take on Yambukian mid-race and run a solid lead time and then first half. But he's going to probably end up back in the field and relying on a lot of luck. So on paper, it looks like a pretty basic sort of setup where Yambukian will lead with better isolate when he's back. And I think with a soft first sort of lap of the race, I think it'll be a race up the straight between Yambukian and better isolate, and hopefully there'll be something once off the track are going to make it. I find it very hard.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the actual market here. So Yambukian $1.60, Better Eclipse $3, Catalpa Rescue $9, Better Isolate $11 the win, $3 a place. What do we got? 2 place dividends. $3 a place looks right, to be honest, for Better Isolate. Herbie, we'll go to you here. You drive the Jess Tubbs train to Better Eclipse. He's had the 2 runs back from a spell. Doesn't appear to be at his best. What's your thoughts on the horse they call Jimmy?
Look, he's going okay, I think, for where he's at in his prep. He's had a bit of time off, and he's an old horse, so it usually takes him a few runs to sharpen and ride up and get back where he needs to be. He sat park last week, which isn't his cup of tea, but just the way the race unfolded. But I don't think he's going bad. He's just probably not going where we know for him to be. But I think we'll probably just take as many shortcuts here as we possibly can, and try and keep him covered up. It's how he races best, and just save him for that last 200. But as Glennie said, on paper it looks like a race to beat Yambukian, really.
Yeah. Do you reckon a horse could dash past him, or is it is it Yambukian's race to lose if he puts his best foot forward? Do you think?
I think his best sort of asset, I don't know what Andy thinks, but is his high cruising speed, which makes it then hard for a horse like Better Isolate to peel off his back and go again. I think that's probably his biggest asset in terms of not taking the sting out of the legs, but making it very difficult for them to then increase the speed that he's already set when they're following him. So I guess there's a chance of it happening, but it does make it quite difficult. Yeah.
Over to you, Andy. What will be the tactics, from your point of view? What would you say to Geordie? Is it, let's assume that you do lead. Is it, do you want to roll along at a bit of a tempo? Because I feel like Yambukian's best asset is he's probably staying prowess over his point-to-point speed, where I think, the horse that might be on his back probably possesses, that might be one of his big guns, that he's got good point-to-point speed and Better Isolate. So, interesting. What are the instructions for Geordie?
Yeah, obviously, you think he would lead. He's got pretty good gate speed himself. So sometimes these small fields, a lot of horses probably don't, no one probably wants to sit outside him because he does run along at a pretty even tempo. So if he does lead, Geordie won't be sitting up on him. He'll sort of be running along, as James said. He's sort of got that high cruising speed, and, he can sort of probably go 59 or 58 the middle half and not really be under any stress. And, his best way of getting beat in this race has been a slow mile rate, in my opinion. So he can run fast mile rate. So, he'll be leading, be running along. And, I think if he does get beat, it'll be a horse that's on the fence, that's had a nice easy run. I don't think anything out wide could probably beat him because of the times he can run. So yeah, no, he's going well. He's been really good this preparation. He did show really good speed one night when Herbie drove him. I think catch a wave ran home in 26, I think, and Yambukian ran past him. So he has got good speed for a big horse, but he has got really high cruising speed, and as Herbie said. So I'd be disappointed if he leads and can't get the job done, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I think he was $1.75 and he's into $1.60. He could start shorter, and for those that like punting on the short priced ones, I think he's probably overs at the moment. He's probably valued at $1.60. Righto, let's move on to Menangle. And the fourth and final question. Zahara's chasing Sweet 16. So will she prove that she's trotting's queen? We're talking about race, what number would it be? Race 8 on the card at Menangle on Saturday night at 9:09 p.m. It's the Group 1 MacArthur Mile. Glen Craven teams up with Kiang Zahara. Susan is her name. Mark Pitt, Emma Stewart, the second favourite at 270. Andy Gath has I'm Ready Jet. Herbie, you're not involved in this race. Obviously, you'll be at Melton watching on the screen somewhere like many of you guys. This is a great race, and I'm, from a purely neutral point of view, I think most people are happy that Susan is her name drew inside King Zahara, and this looks like a really good race. So, will Zahara make it 16 in a row, or are you tipping an upset, Herbie?
If she makes 16 in a row, everyone's got her on a high pedestal, but I think they'll have to put her on another higher one if that's possible. Golden Sunset will be able to do enough to hold its own early. If Susan is her name can find the front, she's going to run some serious time. I've sat near her or outside of her a couple of times lately, and she just goes. Like, it's quite incredible to watch, like the tempo that she can hold and the speed that she seems to have. So if Zahara can sit near her and beat her, I think we'll have to put her on an even higher pedestal. So the draws aren't in her favour. Zahara definitely got everything that she needs in terms of her, what she can do. But it's going to be a hard run.
Yeah. We'll go to you here, Andy. I'm Ready Jet, gate 7, third line of betting at $10. Look, ran a really good race last Saturday night. Was just beaten by a horse that could be a generational talent, sitting outside her and getting there in the shadows of the post in Kang Zahara. You would need things to go your way to be able to win this race, do you think?
Yeah, definitely from the draw. She had her chance last week, but in saying that, she'll be better for the run. She hadn't had a run since she came back from New Zealand. We lost a meeting the week before, and a couple of races got deleted. So she's quite a gross mare, so she'll improve off that. But King Zahara was terrific. Those good horses just find a way to win. You think they're in a position they can't win, and somehow they still get the job done. And it's going to be a terrific race. Golden Sunset's been running great times up at Albion Park, and Susan is a name, can just run unbelievable times as well. So it's going to be a great field. We're all going to be challenged in it. So I'm Ready Jet needs probably a really fast tempo. She's really good coming off speed. She's probably a little bit better coming off speed than sort of leading up. So she has got a winning hope, but we need the two dangers to sort of probably overwork, and it's going to be difficult. But it's going to be a great race to be part of and a great race to watch, I'd say.
And the most important thing, really, is that you get to spend a night at Tarcutta on the way up to Sydney. That must be a huge thrill for you, because it's been a while since you put the head on the pillow there.
Yeah, no, I sort of drive through, but haven't been able to get in. But looking forward to staying at the 1-star motel.
What are the dinner options, by the way? What is it the servo of 3 dimmies and a potato cake, or is it a bit better?
Yeah, I'd probably have to stop beforehand and grab something. It might not be anything open that time of night, so make it a potato chip not to see me out.
Over to you, Glenn. You are one of harness racing's coolest, calmest drivers, but you'd be lying, wouldn't you, if you said that the butterflies aren't there in the stomach this week?
It makes it a little bit more this week with the Group 1 and going for another win. Traveling up to Sydney and that. So, we'll just have to see what happens. It's going to be a hotly contested race. As I said, like Golden Sunset's got good gate speed. Been running unbelievable times in Queensland. Susan just keeps churning out easy wins and quick last halves and strong miles. So she's race hard, fit, and seems to be scoring up and coming out of the mobile a hell of a lot better than she did when she was younger. So she's sort of added that to her arsenal now too as well. So that makes it even harder. And we're sort of drawn in the middle. So it's just going to have to see where we end up early. If we get stuck outside Susan is her name, it's going to be awfully hard to chase her down with the times that she can run.
How's Zahara work this week, Glennie? Have you been sitting behind her? Is she better this week than last? Can you give us any insights from home?
She pulled up well. She's seemed good. Marg and Paddy were happy with their work during the week, and she's just on her way up there now. So as long as she settles in good up there and all that, she'll be in good order, and hopefully we can get her into the right spot during the race, and we can be first over the line and keep that winning streak going.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'd take it, as Herbie said, it'd take it to another level if she was able to get it done, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Like this, definitely the most even field she's had, hardest field she's had to race against. So, it's just the way the draws have come out, it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder.
Yeah. Can't wait for it. That's the Group 1 MacArthur Mile Race 8 at Menangle on Saturday night, 9:09 p.m. King Zahara $1.45 versus Susan is her name at $2.70, and I'm Ready Jet at $10. Righto, guys. Sharps Bakery best bets time. I will start with Andy Gath. I'll give Herbie and Glennie a chance to just flick through the form guide if they haven't got one. Andy, do I get the feeling Safer might be a play for you or not?
Yeah, going to put all the pressure on Jordan. So race 2, I think he's number 4, Safer, each way. Yeah, I think I'm sure he'll go run a much improved race compared to last week, and going to be probably pretty good odds.
Yeah, okay. And you think he's got the gate speed to get down to the pegs?
Yeah, he's pretty quick out, so so's my driver. So hopefully he can find the pegs.
And he's fresh too. He's ready to go. He's had a few weeks off. Okay, race 2, number 4, Safer for Andy. Herbie, you're on the side there. I don't know what's going on. Is that my computer? But
I'm trying to find something.
What have you got a leaning to? That's a good segue.
Yeah, I'm having a lean at the moment.
We'll go to Glenn. And we'll hold you, Herbie. Glennie, what do you got for us? Obviously, Kang Zahara, yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to say that one, but I've got the one in the last race at Melton, just going for as you say, probably an each way, but going for a mini upset with better isolate sitting on the back of Yambukian. He made up a tiny little bit of ground. He looked like he was a little bit better at terrain last start. Been on the fence and following Yambukian, he might be a chance to get up the lane and beat him, but if not, I think he'll be able to hold second. And he's good place odds at the moment.
Yeah, I don't mind that play. I think $11 and $3. I think that's a good bet. The more I look at it. So race 10, number 2, better isolate for Glen Craven. Over to you, Herb. What do you got for us?
I'll go with Golden Shoes in the Melton. She was superb last start at Geelong, ran super time, and I think she would have given the track record a shake if she didn't get hanging in on the turns a little bit. She was just able to run sort of 28s the whole way or under 28 the whole way really comfortably. So she's chiropractor's been to her this week, and hopefully she's straightened up a little bit and be able to go a little bit faster again. But Geelong's not known to be the fastest track, and she went 52 on it. So I think there's enough depth there just in the time alone to be quite in that race at Melton.
Sorry, and just was it tomorrow night? What race and what number? Just so I haven't got that in front of me. Have you got that there or not?
Race 1, number 11.
Good stuff. You took a bit of that. I heard you on that interview over in America on YouTube, and you were saying how they just don't come up for air there. That was a real American-style mile there, wasn't it, with Golden Shoes last time?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't really by plan, but she was just really comfortable, and our main danger was sitting outside of us, so we just made it as hard as possible for her. And She really did it well. I didn't have to knock her around too much, and she can run a pretty good mile. So it's a tricky draw. She's going to be a little ways back, but she'll be in front of Sam Kerr, which is a big plus, and hopefully have the upper hand.
Good stuff. Good luck. Righto. I've got about 4 that I like, but given that you've just given us some breaking news, Herbie, and I said I wouldn't do this, and I ridiculed Andy for it. Aardies Peak. I might get a chance to ever make her a best bet again. So I'm going to go race 6, number 2, Aardies Peak. Quoted as a $9 chance here in front of me. Not sure what she'll open up, but I'm going to make her the best bet, and hopefully we can farewell her in style. So race 6, number 2, Aardies Peak, each way on... No, bugger it. We'll go win on Saturday night at Melton. Hey, guys, really appreciate you jumping on and giving us some insights. Can't wait for the racing ahead at Melton and Menangle. Go well across the next few days. Thanks for jumping on.
Green light, they're away.
And they're all in their positions, ready to go. There's the light up.
In true Mildura stock.
The green light's on. It was a beautiful start of...
He's trying to get across.